the engines on the island de Sodo loves the holiday season. They take holiday makers and show them all the most beautiful places. Except James. James has been stuck on goods work for a whole week after his incident with Shanna, the Great Western Slip Coach, while trying to prove Duck and Gemma that he knows best. But he had got into trouble. One morning, James was shunting trucks in the yard, ready for his morning's goods train to take to Brendam Docks. Old Slowcoach was there watching. "You don't look very cheerful this week, are you, James?" she asked kindly. "It was all because I deliberately took the slip coach called Shannon to show Duck and Gemma that I know everything about slip coaches. But I was wrong," said James sadly. Old Slowcoach sighed. "Well, in me old days, we once know an engine that had got into trouble for being full of himself," she said. "So we decided to make it up by putting everything right, and has been good for several days, until he had an unexpected surprise that came to him, and everyone said he was brilliant." James felt a little better as he puffed away. James puffed into Brendam Docks. He was uncoupled and got ready for his next train. James had to take a train of empty oil tankers to the depot. "You look unusually quiet today, James," said Cranky. "Do you want an extra wheels to help you, matey?" asked Salty. "No, I can manage all right, Salty," replied James. "But thank you for your offer." And he steamed away. Meanwhile, Spencer had come to Sodor to take the Mayor of Sodor to a special dinner party at the Scottish castle. He came to a signal, but when he tried to stop, his brakes made a squeaky noise. Derek was waiting there too. "Hello, Spencer. Your brakes don't sound too good. Do you think you should go to the engine works to have them fixed?" "Certainly not," huffed Spencer. He didn't like to be told what to do by a diesel. "My brakes are fine. It's just a little squeaking." The signal changed to green. Spencer puffed proudly away. James had delivered the empty oil tankers to the depot and was on his way back to Knapford. "You're doing very well today, James," said his driver. "I am," replied James, "but I hope the Fat Controller will forgive me and make me pull coaches again." James steamed over Gordon's Hill. He was puffing down the other side when he heard Spencer's whistle. Spencer had just reached the top. He tried to slow down, but he couldn't. His brakes have stopped working altogether. "Out of my way! I can't stop!" he cried. "My brakes have failed!" James quickly picked up speed and raced ahead. But Spencer caught up to James and bumped hard into the back of James's tender. James knew he had to save Spencer. "I've got to slow Spencer down," he wailed. James applied his brakes as hard as he ever could. Eventually, they came to a slow stop at Crosby Station. James breathed a sigh of relief. Soon Derek arrived with the Fat Controller. "Spencer, you could have caused a terrible accident with your racing around like that," said the Fat Controller. "Sir, Spencer's brakes have failed," James spoke up. "I did tell him to go to the engine works to have them fixed," added Derek. Spencer's gulped. "Well, I thought it was a little squeak, so I didn't bother to get them fixed." "Spencer, you should have known better to have your brakes fixed when you got a small problem before it turned into a much bigger one," boomed the Fat Controller. "Sorry, sir," wheezed Spencer. At the engine works, James and Spencer were being checked to see there were no serious damage to them. While James was waiting, the Fat Controller came to see him. James felt very worried. "James," said the Fat Controller, "you are to collect the mayor and take him to his special dinner party at the Scottish castle." James was shocked in amazement. "You're not cross with me, sir? After all the trouble I caused with Shannon the slip coach?" "I know that, James," agreed the Fat Controller. "But you worked very hard all week and saved Spencer from a serious accident. And you have proved once again that you are a really useful engine. And that's why I'm giving the job to you while Spencer is having his brakes fixed." James felt so proud his boiler bubbled. That night, old Slow Coach had become James's special coach. James puffed proudly to the Scottish castle with the mayor on board. "You look absolutely splendid, James," smiled old Slow Coach. "I know," said James proudly. "I know."